If there are harsher punishments for animal cruelty, then there will be less animal abuse. People who participate in animal cruelty should have harsher punishments. Pets, by many people, are viewed as a man's best friend. Even according to Wikipedia, the definition of a pet is an animal kept primarily for a person's company, protection, or entertainment. So, if a pet is a man's best friend and provides protection, why are the animal abuse cases continuing to rise? Most people have pets in their home, and many think of them as a member of the family. Animals can't speak for themselves, so animal lovers should stand up and be their voice for them. As someone who is an avid dog lover and has had many pets of my own, I have had experience rescuing dogs from these harsh environments and seen the toll it takes on their health. If there are harsher punishments put in place for animal cruelty, it will be less likely to happen. Today, I will be going over the laws currently put in place, how animal cruelty affects your life with and without owning a pet, the harsh reality of dogfighting, and what we as a society can do to change this. The laws currently put in place in many states are not stopping animal abuse and are letting these criminals get off the hook a lot easier than other crimes that are being committed. According to the Canine Journal website, on an article titled Animal Cruelty Facts by Ryan Hausch, the article states that there is no federal cruelty law and instead the punishments are handled state by state. Although 43 of 50 states have a zero-tolerance policy for animal cruelty, it still continues to occur all across the country, and obviously this zero-tolerance policy isn't making a difference. Livestock is another big form of animal cruelty that's happening across the country. These federal laws are very limited to what animals are included and which aren't. In fact, only 5% of animal abuse cases actually involve dogs. An area animal experience cruelty is in the cosmetic industry. Many makeup companies conduct experiments on all types of animals in order to test if a product is safe for humans. Testing isn't just done for makeup either. It is also used for testing pharmacy drugs and experimenting on their fetuses if the animal is pregnant. Most people think the animal being tested on are just rats, but they're really testing on many animals such as cats, dogs, rabbits, birds, etc. There are 66,000 dogs and 21,000 cats used for testing and experiments each year. Some might think, how does animal cruelty affect me? Well, it actually hits closer to home than some of you may think. Animal cruelty, whether you have a pet or not, it affects you. According to the Animal Welfare Institute website, on an article titled Animal Cruelty Crime Statistics by Lynn Addington and Mary Rondor, it states that there is actually a strong association between animal abuse and other crimes. So, more crimes are being committed due to animal abuse. Over the past 20 years, any state who has enacted a better animal cruelty law has seen a dramatic decrease in domestic violence. According to the Wisconsin Humane Society website, on an article titled Animal Abuse and Violence by an unknown author, it states that children who witness such abuse are 3 times more likely to abuse animals, and later in life play a role in an abusive relationship. So you see, the animal abuse process is like an ongoing chain. In order to stop this chain, we need to take a stand. Lastly, another big animal cruelty crime being committed in many states is the sport, dogfighting. Dogfighting is actually a big problem in many states, and in many cases, it goes unreported. According to the New York Times website, on an article titled 26 People Charged in Dogfighting Crackdown by Malcolm Gay, it states that in St. Louis, the authorities seized more than 400 dogs and charged 26 people. Officials called this one of the biggest crackdowns in dogfighting in the United States. For those who don't know what dogfighting is, the Wikipedia definition describes it as a blood sport generally defined as 2 or more game dogs against one another in a ring or a pit for the entertainment of the spectators. Although the men charged received 2 years in prison, several of those men went straight back to dogfighting once released because they were able to adopt more dogs. Although many people would agree to never hurt their beloved pets, there are still big counter-arguments against harsh animal cruelty laws. Some big arguments for some forms of animal cruelty are that animals are supposed to eat other animals. Animals don't have complex thoughts like humans, or that the animal testing is actually helping humans and we're able to test new things without using human subjects. Although some of those counter arguments are true, my proposition is to stop animal cruelty in our houses and stop animal testing. These big corporations are even getting away with the violence that they make harmless animals endure. The convicted animal abusers are merely getting a slap on the wrist and are able to adopt again, continuing the ongoing chain of animal cruelty. My point at the end of the day is this type of inhumane use of animals must be put to an end. Today, I went over the laws put in place today that are really being no help to the animal cause, how animal abuse is affecting everyone's lives no matter if they have a pet or not, and how we can change these laws. Harsher laws should be put in place to stop animal cruelty for once and for all. We need to take a stand and speak up for those who can't speak for themselves. Take a stand and do something to make a difference, not only in your lives and the lives of others, but the lives of abused animals. We need to be the voice for the animals who cannot defend themselves.